Welcome to Good Money Guide Taxi Trading. In this episode, we're talking to Charlie Burton. Now, Charlie Burton is, he's not a TikTok trader, but he is on TikTok. He sort of looks at other people's trading advice and either rubbishes it or agrees with it, which is quite interesting. But anyway, we're going to find out a little bit more about Charlie and put some trades on with him.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, fantastic. I've only seen you on TikTok before.
This is where you meet most of your
This is
acquaintances.
Just get me in the back of the cab
Yeah.
and everyone. No, we had a good day yesterday actually. We had I think 5 or 6 people in the back trading away. It was nice, brokers. We had Tickmill, eToro, IG. It's nice,
no one's made any money yet.
No
right?
one's, but well, do you know what? We've had one person, IG made money, and we had Saxo in here this morning, and Saxo did quite well, but that was quite a lumpy footsie trade.
Okay.
But anyway, look, Charlie, thanks for joining us. It's been it's great to have you. Look,
Thanks for having me in.
No, we're at the London Trader Show.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody has seen you on TikTok. You seem to be doing really well on there. We're going to give you the Good Money Guide phone. You've got
Great. Okay.
You got 10 grand virtual
the
funds.
business end.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get to it.
Okay.
So let me do the stopwatch.
If I lose all 10,000, this is not a real account.
I'm b-booking the whole thing.
Great.
So,
You're b-booking me. I don't blame you whatsoever.
I'm not b-booking it. So it's virtual funds. The general premise is if you make money, you get to keep what you kill. But if you lose money, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And of course, a couple of things. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. It's guidance, entertainment, information. We're just having a chat about trading. We don't know your personal circumstances. And the other thing, of course, is that 20 minutes is a ridiculous time frame to try and make money trading.
Yeah.
We're only doing it to demonstrate functionality and have a chat about about charts.
Okay. So I want to put a trade on.
Yeah.
How do I put the size in? Or is there not a size?
So buy or sell.
Hit buy, and then it'll come up with the size.
It should do.
Oh, I see.
And then size, and you'll get so there's your available, there's your margin requirement.
Yeah.
And what are you trading? Euro dollar.
I'm trying to.
So that's pips. So it's £1 a pip, £2 a pip, or
I thought it was a contract.
or dollars in that case. So so that pip value is 1.
Oh, okay. So if we do £10 a point.
Yeah, so 30% of your margin you're using there.
Okay. Yeah. Put a stop in.
So you need that.
Oh, okay. Right. See, I'm learning how to use these platforms.
Yeah. They're quite intuitive. Some people stick to one app. What app do you mainly use?
For pricing and stuff, I use TradingView actually. See, this is one thing you can't get out of me is doing 2 things at once. So
I'll let you put. Yeah, just make sure you go the right way as well.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Right. Done. Right. Place trade. We're in.
There we go.
There you go. I use TradingView charts, I think, for.
So what we got?
Is that gone?
Yeah. So there you go. View positions. There's your tab.
Okay.
I'll put
£10 a point on the euro dollar.
Okay. Talk us through. So obviously we had non-farms earlier. We had a massive spike both ways.
The euro's a little bit behind today. This morning on today's day, it's non-farm payrolls. We've been in a bit of an upwards trajectory on the euro. Same with the other currencies.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the ECB members early this morning said, oh no, we're still open to a rate cut in maybe the April meeting. And that brought the euro down. The euro's been a little bit of a laggard today, behind cable. The other currencies are still up quite a lot at the moment. So I'm just having a bit of a punt on your platform here that the euro's going to play a little bit of catch up with those. We've had non-farm payrolls. They've come out a little bit mixed.
So there you go. Well, at least you're in profit.
I'm in profit. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So
and that might come back up as well.
They've come out a little bit mixed, the non-farm payrolls. So I think the unemployment rate, the headline jobs created was good, but unemployment rates ticking up. We've already seen like PMIs coming down, services PMIs, manufacturing PMIs, retail sales weren't good last month. So, the Fed are getting what they want, enough softening of data, but not too much for them to at some point maybe cut later in the year. And that's all the markets are interested in. They're not interested in what's going on now. They're trying to look ahead, aren't they? So anyway, that's where we're at. So I've put the little the trade on there, and we'll just see if the euro has had a nice little jump up on that news. It's retraced. We'll see if it does a
Okay. Well, no, you hang on
Oh,
to that.
keep hold of it.
Yeah, no,
Great.
you
Okay.
job about. I mean, like we've got 20 minutes. You can either,
Yeah.
if you're pro, you can just close it out and walk
This is
away.
like a sauna.
I know.
It's like
is
20 minutes in here.
We have had both windows open,
Yeah.
and the problem is we can't really open these because we haven't got the engine turned on. We're
Yeah.
not turn the engine on.
This is a shame, actually. Like I said to you earlier on, it's a shame I'm not shorting today, because then I could have used that line, more shorts than a Wham concert.
Yeah, more shorts.
But
Yeah. Well, you can go the other way. You can trade
I want to stay in this. This is running my way.
No, but find the dollar euro.
I'm up £25. You owe me £25 right now if I close out.
That's if you close out.
Oh, it's not gonna
We'll
happen.
see what happens at the end of 20 minutes.
That's my Achilles heel, not closing out.
Yeah,
So no,
that's
we'll
it.
close out at the end of the 20 minutes.
That's
Or am
it.
I supposed to do lots of trades?
You can do whatever you want. Like
Okay.
the point of it is just to let's talk about like how do you like to trade? What's your preferred setup? You know, are you in and out every day, or do you take medium to long term positions? What's your approach to trading the market?
These days it is more positional. So I'll be in positions usually anything up to a few months now in a position at a time. I will be in trades at times where I'm only in for a week or 2 or 3, but what I'm trying to identify when I'm looking for trades is trades that I can not only get into and define an exit, because I always use a target as an exit, but I want to be able to build the trade over time. So the only way for me to build a trade is if it's got a big enough overall potential target on it for me to be able to add as I go along. So normally they're going to be usually a minimum of a month to 3
You know
months.
what? It's a good time frame as well. Of all the traders I've dealt with over 20 years as a broker at retail, institutional, it's that time frame of over a couple of weeks that they're the guys that I see that do well.
Right.
Actually, I find intraday trades, particularly in the FX market, I find that's a really tough market.
It's a messy market.
Yeah. How are you on day trading? Do you
Don't do
much
it anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped years ago now, but it was more just as you get older, you want more
become
time.
more relaxed.
And
yeah.
I had a bit of a revelation it was 2013. So in 2013, I'd always done a bit of swing trading, but I was doing a lot more day trading as well then, and I just discovered adding into winning trades at that point. I'd had a chat with a broker years before, and I was having this exactly what you've just said to me. I was having a conversation with him saying, who's your best ever traders? Because he dealt with small fund traders. Hedge funds up to like 20 million, small funds. And he said, the best traders I've ever come across get into a trade and they milk it for all they can and they add into it.
Run your wins,
Yeah.
cut your losses.
And that went in and it just stayed there, and I never used that information. But it was funny. Years later, I thought back to that conversation because I found myself thinking, I want to start doing this. And at that point, I had this revelation that actually you can make just as much money swing trading as you can as a good day trader, because I just traded through all that volatility, the overshoot from the end of the Great Recession or financial crisis, the end of 2010, 2011, 12, even into 13 was still good volatility in FX.
Yeah.
And then I realised that actually you can make just as much from swing trading in a given way by milking these trades far more. If I'm going to be in this trade anyway, I might as well milk it for a bit more than I currently am.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you call something right, you know, it's post trade execution as well that makes the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's whether you step out of it too early or too late. How are we getting on?
We're up 60 quid.
60 quid.
Right.
Do you know what? You might actually be the market leader in the
really?
in the trading league at the moment.
Right.
We've had some.
Taking it.
We've had some.
Actually, can I close
flat.
half?
You can, but you know, this is
There we go.
this is about.
This is so
lock in some profits.
This is so untechnical here, but why not close? Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh, done. Reduce position. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so untechnical. I must admit, looking at it, we're on a Friday afternoon. These currencies have had. How do we get it to go back to the chart?
So look, it's got quite a nifty feature. You sort of click on that, and then brings up a chart relative to your position.
The currencies have had a good run this week at this point, and so I don't know whether the euro's going to go up and make new highs on the day. Maybe it does, but for a bit of fun, well, if you're telling me that I'm getting close.
8 minutes in, and you've already banked some good profit.
Okay, I should have done £20 a point.
Yeah, should have.
I was thinking
of
of this account, yeah. But obviously there was no risk management on this at all. I don't know what £10 a point is on a £10,000 account, but anyway. So coming back to, like you said, timeline. It's holding on to those trades, and then you think, well, I've got time now to do other things as well. So I'm still around a lot, but in my trading room, but I'm not having to think, I've got to pop out for an hour. Oh, there'll be a setup, or while I'm gone, and all of that type of stuff, because I was never an algo trader. So it suits me, it suits my lifestyle, and I think actually, when I look back at it all now, I'm less of a busy fool than I probably was.
Yeah, that's a great term, that actually. Yeah. So we've spoken a lot about FX. Are you all in the FX markets, or do you look at indices, commodities, anything else?
I do trade. I've always had an affinity to the US indices. Yeah. So I'll either trade Dow or Nasdaq or the S&P mostly. I traded S&P. It's weird. With how I trade, I look back over the last 20 odd years of my trading. I've always been someone who focuses at a given time, and I'll put most of my efforts into a single market with a little bit of trading elsewhere around that. So if you'd have asked me in 2009, where's most of your trading, I'd have said S&P. Right. So all through the financial crisis, 80% of my trading was S&P, and then by the time we got beyond that, then it started to change, and I was trading FX. But I still trade the S&P or Dow, whatever, to this day. And then here and there I'll trade gold as well, and other currencies. But mostly it's currencies first, and then it's those. But
see a bit of opportunity elsewhere in the market. You can go
a
for
bit, yeah. But the thing that I have nowadays as well is, it looks like that exit. I should have banked all of it, but I think that's going to bounce around. But is that if I'm in the process of building a position, and I know that the position I'm currently in, I want to carry on building. Yeah. I want to hold my chips back for that. Yeah, so true. I will pass up on opportunities because I still want to manage my overall portfolio risk, so to speak. So there will be some nice opportunities elsewhere, but if the timing's not right and I'm targeting adding more in, then I won't take those anyway.
Okay. Yeah. That
so
makes
I
sense.
will sometimes pass up, and I'll see a lovely trading opportunity on the S&P, but I won't take it because I'm committed to that. Yeah.
So, how did you get into trading? More importantly, what was your first trade? Do you remember your first trade you ever placed?
Yeah, it was Dell Computers. As far as technical trading is concerned, prior to technical trading, before learning that, we were in the 90s. I was, in the tech boom and all of that as well, and there was lots of stock tips going around because I was in financial services, and I was just buying what my colleagues were recommending, and everything was going up, sort of thing. But once I'd had some form of formal training in technical analysis and all of that, I remember I was trying to short Dell Computers, and
tricky thing to do back in the 90s. Option, okay.
So and so I was buying put options on Dell, and Dell stock just carried on going higher.
Okay.
Stayed in this trade for, I think it was about 8 or 9 months, and blew £250,000 on it.
Jesus.
So I started, but that was right in that first year of trading that I got into trading. I put £40,000 into a trading account, started trading, just buying stocks, nice and safe. Yeah. Then started getting greedy and thinking, this is a bit boring, isn't it? Just buying some stocks and then going up 1% or 2% here and there. Found this whole options stuff. This is interesting. Anyway, so whatever, had a view on Dell Computers, went against me. What was supposed to be a trade that I was going to be in for one day, stayed in for 9 months.
Never get emotionally attached to a trade. But having said that, that is one of the good things about options, is that your risk, if you're buying a put, for example, and the stock just goes and goes and goes, then you are limited, aren't you? Your risk is limited to the premium you've paid, versus if you're short, that can just run away forever.
Well, it is limited until you buy some more options.
Yes.
And some more and more and more.
Yeah, okay.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So
lessons learned.
If I hadn't have lost it there, I'd have lost it somewhere else.
Do you know, it's sometimes the best thing that can happen to a trader is
early doors, get it out of the way.
Sometimes the worst thing is when you start making straight off the bat.
Yeah.
I was always a terrible trader. I still love trading, but yeah, I've had some horrific losses. Some good wins, but some horrific losses. What about your best trade? Is there one that stands out?
Probably my first 6-figure trade, which was a short on the Dow.
Okay.
This is bad actually
was
because
that about?
my parents had just invested in the stock market through their IFA, and I thought their timing's terrible. I've got to short the stock market because they just told me they'd invested some money via their IFA.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was some technicals in this, but I remember at the time thinking, I've got this short on, and it just so happens that my parents have just done that, and their timing pretty much is bad. They'll buy at the top, They're like, oh, we really feel that we should get in the stock market now after it's been going up for 3 years,
Oh no.
And so that one stands out because that was a pivotal trade for me.
Yeah, so you took your parents' money away from them.
So yeah, and that was one of the first first big trade, which again, coming back to the whole adding into positions thing, as it was coming down, I was adding to it, in a formulaic fashion, moving the stops down, and so that was probably it wasn't the biggest trade, but it was a trade that I'll always remember.
So always remember trades like that.
Yeah.
What about actually? How are we doing? So we're 15 minutes in.
Okay, it's still holding there. I don't think we're going to go to the moon this afternoon, but it's sort of sitting there still, isn't it?
It was stuck. Do you know what? It was stuck in a real range earlier. We were.
Yeah.
The lady. We actually had the lady who won the Tickmill. You met her, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
She really knew her stuff. Actually, she was like really on it. I thought
she did. Yeah. And risk management, was my only thing with that. No stop losses.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't use stop, I'm like, Actually, to be fair though, she did say she does put some hedges on. So at times,
as long as you hedge one way or another.
Amazing performance that she did there.
I mean, we don't want to sometimes it is frightening how much those markets can move. You've got guaranteed stop losses. Imagine there's another Swiss cap. And everyone's wiped out. Well, of course you can't get wiped out if you're a retail trader now. But right, let's finish up. Last few minutes.
Yeah.
Your top 3 tips for new. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. When you're driving it, it makes really memorable sounds. It's got clicks and clunks and like wobbles all over the place.
Love it.
So top 3 tips for traders. If there's 3 things you'd say to someone getting into trading or who's not doing very well, what are the 3 things people should be mindful of?
Change your time horizon first of all. I'd say most people have a very short-term time horizon. They want to make money now or in the next few months or whatever. See it as a long-term endeavor.
Calm down, don't be greedy.
Yeah, and see it. Don't think that you're going to come in the market today or over this next few months or so. Like you said, if someone's coming in new to it, and you're just going to instantly make money, it will probably take you years before you really start to truly understand the markets and understand yourself as well. So, because most people lose because of themselves getting in their own way. Yeah. So my second tip would be, don't underestimate the power of the dark side. So you must invest your emotional capital in understanding trader psychology and market psychology. So just always think of it, that market is the devil, and the devil is trying to make you do the wrong thing. So if you always think that way, that will hold you in good stead, because the market's going to try and give you some losses so that you hesitate and don't take that next trade. The market's going to do all these things to try and make you greedy. It's going to try and trip you up. Don't let it happen. And that all comes back within yourself.
Keep
so
your
mindset, 100%.
Massive thing.
Yeah.
Final words of wisdom as we. Oh, actually, no, we got 2 minutes.
Have we?
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head. So mindset.
Let's do it the other way.
And I think from a technical perspective, I would say look at overall profitability rather than trying to be right all the time. So many traders are trying to be right. They want high win rates, win ratios. Forget that. The world's greatest traders all have win rates of 30-40%.
Yeah, true.
And yet all the retail out there trying to be right 60-70% of the time.
True.
So reverse if you invest the time in accepting being wrong more often than you're right, but when you are right, you risk and reward.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. Brilliant. All right, Charlie. So we got a minute and a half. What do you want to do? Do you want to let it run, or you want to bank it?
Well, what can I just leave it going after this?
You have to.
Or I have to exit.
Well, no. Well, it was really. Do you want to go? Do you want to run it for another minute and a half?
That'll do.
bank it.
There you go. I don't know
Right,
what have we made? Probably about £30 or something.
Do you know what though? You're still doing better than most other people. It's been an absolute. Do you know what? You're 56 quid up.
£56.
56 quid
There
up,
you go.
and that is without sounding silly. That's not bad on a 10 grand demo.
Sometimes timing is fortunate, and so we were just a bit fortunate there as we walked into the cab. Well, you know, if you're giving that away, please give it to a charity or something like
Where
that.
do you want it to go? We'll drop 56 quid into someone. What's the?
A hospice, your local hospice, somewhere like that. I think would be wonderful to
send it off to
see that.
All right, Charlie,
Brilliant
mate.
stuff.
Great to have you in the cab.
Thank you.
Good chat.
Looking forward to jumping in the cold plunge now.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be nice getting out. All right, well, look, thanks for watching. Charlie did really well there. Some good tips and tricks for new traders. Obviously, none of it financial advice. If you want to have a go, just Google Good Money Guide Taxi, fill in the form. When we're next out and about, we'll drop you a note. Thanks for watching.